What if it only takes 1 cup a day to soften the plaque in your arteries and help you walk without numb feet again in just 7 mornings? Imagine waking up standing on the floor and feeling warmth in your toes instead of that familiar, dull buzzing. No more shaking your legs after sitting. No more feeling like your socks are made of sandpaper. For millions of people after 60, that strange heaviness in the legs, the slow walk, the sudden fatigue, it's not age, it's blocked circulation. Tiny layers of plaque squeezing your blood vessels like a slow, silent fist. But here's the part nobody talks about. In just 48 hours, a specific blend of natural tea ingredients can help open those tiny vessels, increase oxygen flow, and even give you deeper sleep. The kind where you don't wake up at 3 a.m. staring at the ceiling. Have you ever taken a walk but your legs felt like they were filled with cement? If so, stay with me. This story is written for you. Because the part that most doctors skip is not the tea itself, but where the nutrients go. And we'll uncover that in problem number 7. The first red flag that most seniors ignore: cold limbs, but not because of low temperature. You can sit in a warm room, wear thick socks, and still feel your fingers turning icy. This isn't just a comfort issue. It's your body sending a quiet warning about blood flow. When circulation slows down, your hands and feet are the first to feel abandoned, like the blood has decided it's too tired to reach the edges. Maria, 62, knows this feeling well. She tends her garden every morning, even in July, yet she says, "My fingers feel like they've been soaking in ice water." Her doctor told her it was just aging, but she wasn't convinced. That's when she tried something simple. A tea blend made from ginger and ginkgo biloba. Ginger warms the core. Ginkgo helps widen microvessels and increases nitric oxide, the natural signal that tells blood vessels to relax and open. This blend has been studied in the Journal of Gerontology. In 2019, researchers found it can improve microcirculation by up to 12% in just a few days. Maria didn't need a month. After 3 mornings of 1 warm cup, she noticed her fingers didn't turn cold so quickly. She woke up and felt warmth spreading from the palm outward. Even her sleep improved because her muscles stopped cramping at night. You know that moment when you hold a mug and wait for the heat to reach your fingertips? Now, Maria feels that same warmth without the mug. And she says her hands don't go numb during phone calls anymore. Have you ever tried warming teas before bed? Tell me how it helped you. But if your ankles still swell, the real issue isn't temperature. It's hidden in problem number 6. Leg swelling isn't about water weight. It's blood flow refusing to return home. You stand up after a long ride and your ankles feel tight. Your socks leave deep grooves on your skin. It's not just age. It's blood that couldn't make its way back to the heart, so it spills into the surrounding tissue, silently, day after day. Robert, 70, felt this every time he traveled. After a 5-hour bus trip, his ankles were so puffy he had to loosen his shoes. He didn't feel pain, just pressure, like his skin was stretched over something that didn't belong there. A nurse told him, "It's just circulation slowing down." But if it was just aging, why did it get worse each year? Then he tried a simple tea blend: fish mint leaves and hawthorn berry. Fish mint is known in traditional herbal medicine for supporting the lymphatic system and reducing fluid buildup. Hawthorn berry is packed with antioxidants that help soften arterial plaque and support heart pumping strength, so blood can return upward instead of pooling in the feet. 7 days. That's how long it took for Robert to feel a change. His socks didn't leave deep marks at night. His feet didn't feel heavy when he got out of bed. The nighttime leg cramps that used to wake him up, they became rare. You know that moment when you pull off your socks and see red grooves around your ankles? That's your blood vessels crying for help. And here's the twist. The problem isn't in your legs at all, it starts higher. In problem number 5, sluggish circulation isn't just a heart issue. 30% of it is rooted in how well your liver filters blood. When the liver is overwhelmed, toxins and lipids circulate longer than they should. They thicken the blood, slow its movement, and make it harder for your heart to push it through the tiniest vessels. That's when the early signs begin to show. A faint yellow shade in the eyes, easy bruising, fatigue that hits right after a meal instead of after a workout. Linda, 67, felt this every evening. After dinner, she would sink into her recliner, not because she was full, but because she felt drained. Her doctor checked her heart. It was fine, but her blood work showed elevated liver enzymes. That's when she tried something simple: a warm cup of artichoke tea with fresh lemon and a touch of honey. Artichoke, known scientifically as Cinara scolamus, has been shown to boost glutathione activity, a key liver antioxidant, by up to 15% in just 2 weeks. Lemon supports bile flow, helping the liver break down fats more efficiently. And honey adds natural enzymes that soothe the digestive tract, reducing the food coma many seniors mistake for aging. Linda drank it once a day, right after dinner. After a week, she noticed fewer bruises on her arms. After 2 weeks, the heaviness she felt after meals began to fade. She didn't need to nap after eating anymore. Her energy stayed steady. And at her next checkup, her liver enzymes were lower. Have you ever used herbal teas to help with digestion? Tell me how it worked for you. Still feel tired after eating? Then your plaque problem may be hiding in problem number 4. That sudden fog after lunch isn't age. It's a blood redirect. You finish eating, and instead of feeling renewed, your head feels heavy. Words blur. You lose track of what you were about to say. It's not because of sugar alone. It's because your digestive system is pulling blood away from your brain, leaving your mind running on fumes. When circulation slows or thickens from cholesterol buildup, the brain pays the price, especially after meals. Thomas, 64, used to call this his 2 p.m. blackout. Every afternoon, right after lunch, he felt like someone had pulled the plug on his brain. He wasn't sleepy. He was empty. Like he was running on a dimmer switch set to 10%. Coffee didn't help. It only sped up the burnout. Then he tried something new. A simple cup of matcha green tea mixed with a pinch of cayenne. Matcha is rich in catechins that help loosen sticky cholesterol along arterial walls. Cayenne pepper, known scientifically as Capsicum annuum, boosts circulation and supports lipid metabolism, making it easier for the blood to carry oxygen where it's needed, including the brain. Together, they keep the blood moving after meals instead of letting it pool in the gut. Thomas added this blend right after lunch, just 1 cup. In 45 minutes, the fog lifted. His words came back. His thoughts sharpened. He didn't feel the urge to nap or lie down. And after a week, that post-meal slump began to disappear altogether. You know that feeling when you're full but somehow still empty? Like food filled your stomach but drained your energy? Comment below if that sounds familiar. But none of this matters. If this problem is still happening, that's problem number 3. When circulation slows, the gut becomes the silent battleground of inflammation. Food sits longer. Bloating appears out of nowhere. You finish a meal and feel like it's still there hours later. Pressing, burning, distracting. It's not bad digestion alone. It's blood that never fully arrived to help break the food down. And without healthy blood flow, the gut becomes irritated, inflamed, and weak. Eleanor, 66, noticed this after years of chalking it up to age. Every evening, she felt pressure in her lower belly. not pain, just discomfort that made her pajamas feel tight. She started avoiding foods she loved, not because of what she ate, but because of how long it stayed. Then someone suggested she try a simple tea made from cinnamon and licorice root. Cinnamon, known scientifically as Cinnamomum verum, supports tiny blood vessels in the gut lining and helps restore natural movement. Licorice root, or Glycyrrhiza glabra, soothes the mucosal lining and calms inflammation linked to slow microcirculation. Together, they act like a warm wave through the digestive tract, easing tension and encouraging the gut to move again. Eleanor drank this tea before bed every night. Within a few days, her belly felt less crowded. The pressure faded into comfort. She woke up lighter, without that bloated feeling she'd carried into sleep. And for the first time in months, she went to bed without the urge to loosen her waistband. You know that moment when you lie down after dinner and your stomach feels like it's holding a brick? Ever try cinnamon tea before bed? Let me know how it felt. But even gut health can't save your vessels. If you're missing problem number 2, snoring is not just noise, it's plaque formation in slow motion. Every night you fall asleep, the body is supposed to repair itself. Blood flow should increase to the brain, the heart, and the vessels that work all day long. But when sleep apnea steps in, when breathing slows or stops for seconds at a time, oxygen drops, the heart strains, and inflammation rises. It's like shutting down the repair team right before they clock in. And the result? Plaque keeps building while you rest. George, 72, thought snoring was just an annoyance. His wife nudged him every night. He woke up with a dry mouth and a tired brain. But what scared him most wasn't the snoring. It was when he started forgetting names, losing words, and feeling like his mind was wrapped in cotton every morning. His doctor mentioned oxygen restriction during sleep can speed up arterial plaque, especially in people over 60. That's when George tried something gentle, a cup of peppermint and lemon balm tea 1 hour before bed. Peppermint, known scientifically as Mentha piperita, helps open airways and reduce nighttime congestion. Lemon balm, or Melissa officinalis, is a natural calming herb that lowers cortisol, the stress hormone that keeps vessels tight and inflamed. Together, they promote deeper breathing and increase slow wave sleep, which is when the body clears inflammation and restores vessel health. Within a week, George noticed something small. He didn't wake up gasping anymore. His dreams returned. He felt rested, not just awake. And in the mornings, his mind felt clearer, not sharp like when he was young, but steady, like a light that stayed on instead of flickering. You know that feeling when you wake up tired, even after 8 hours in bed? It's not always age. Sometimes it's oxygen. But to melt plaque for good, we need the strongest point. Problem number 1. What if one trace mineral could undo 5 years of plaque buildup? Imagine waking up and feeling your mind snap into focus again. No fog, no searching for words, no "what was I just doing" moment. Just clarity. For many people after 60, brain fog isn't just a mystery. It's circulation. When plaque builds along the arteries that feed the brain, thinking slows down. Memory weakens, and life starts to feel like it's running through a layer of mist. Robert, 71, felt that fog every morning. He'd read the same paragraph 3 times before it made sense. He misplaced his keys, forgot appointments, and blamed it on age. Then he tried something different. A gentle tea blend paired with a low dose of niacin, vitamin B3, taken under the guidance of his doctor. Niacin, studied at Mayo Clinic, has a unique effect on cholesterol. It raises HDL, the good cholesterol that acts like a cleanup crew, gathering plaque from arterial walls and sending it back to the liver for removal. When paired with warm circulation boosting herbs and tea, niacin becomes even more effective because the vessels are relaxed and ready to receive it. Robert took it once a day. In 72 hours, he said it felt like someone wiped the window in his mind. His memory test scores on the Montreal Cognitive Assessment jumped. His hands stopped trembling during breakfast, and for the first time in months, he slept deeply through the night, increasing his slow wave sleep by nearly 30%. You know that feeling when your brain switches back on, like the lights go from dim to bright? Would you try a small cup a day for a week? Tell me below. Now that you've seen the strongest fix, let's put all 7 solutions together, man, so you can start a simple, safe rotation at home. Here's how all 7 solutions come together into a simple, safe, and repeatable 7-day rotation you can use at home. This plan isn't about doing everything every day. It's about targeting one problem at a time and giving your vessels the exact support they need to reopen, recover, and restore flow. Day 1, morning, ginger and ginkgo, biloba tea for cold hands and feet. Evening, peppermint and Melissa officinalis lemon balm, tea to support deep sleep and oxygen flow. Day 2, midday, matcha green tea with a pinch of capsicum annuum cayenne for post-meal brain clarity and cholesterol shift. Day 3, after dinner, warm artichoke tea, Sonara scolimus, with lemon and honey to boost liver filtration and lighten evening fatigue. Day 4, before bed, tea made from Cinnamomum verum, cinnamon, and Glycyrrhiza glabra, licorice root, for gut comfort and microcirculation support. Day 5, morning, hawthorn berry tea to help reduce ankle swelling and support heart pumping power. Day C, morning, repeat ginger plus ginkgo biloba tea to keep small vessels open and maintain hand and foot warmth. Day 7, afternoon, light herbal tea paired with a low-dose niacin supplement, only if cleared by a doctor, to increase HDL and help remove plaque from vessel walls. This rotation works because each day focuses on one core issue without overwhelming your system. It also gives your body time to respond solemnly, just like it did for Robert, Maria, Eleanor, and George. But remember, if you have high blood pressure, avoid Glycyrrhiza glabra, licorice root. If you take blood thinners, check with your doctor before using niacin or hawthorn berry. Screenshot this part if you want to try this at home. And listen to your body. Each day, notice what changes first: warmth, clarity, steady energy, deeper sleep. Those are signs your vessels are waking up again. You don't need another pill. Just one cup, and one belief that your body still remembers how to heal. Your vessels aren't broken. They're just waiting for the right signals to open. The warmth from ginger, the calm from Melissa officinalis, the quiet strength from niacin, working behind the scenes. Healing doesn't always come from something expensive or complicated. Sometimes it starts with a slow sip, a deep breath, and a little hope. Think back over the last 10 minutes. You heard about Maria warming her hands again after 48 hours. Robert walking without swollen ankles. Eleanor waking up without that heavy belly. George finally dreaming again after years of broken sleep. These stories aren't miracles, they're biology, activated by circulation. And that's why this works, because every drop in those teas has a job: to help blood move, to help arteries breathe, to soothe the gut, lift the mind, and clear the fog that so many people over 60 think is just age. But age isn't the enemy. Stagnation is. If you feel ready, just try it. Pick one of the teas from the 7-day rotation. Drink it once a day for a week. And if you notice even a 1% change in warmth, sleep, swelling, or focus, share this video with someone you love. Someone who's been told, just get used to it and deserves better answers. Maybe that person is you. Maybe it's a spouse who snores and wakes up tired. Maybe it's a parent who says they feel slower every year. Don't wait for the next symptom to arrive. Try the first cup. See what your body remembers. And if you're still here right now, comment the word calm. It tells me you're a person who hasn't given up on gentler healing. And I'll reply to every comment. But before you go, there's one more piece to this puzzle. One tap point on the body that can accelerate this tease effect by up to 300%. It's overlooked, even by doctors. And once you know where it is, you'll wonder why nobody ever told you. That's coming up next.